Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Georgia Tech's fourth annual Data Days. My name is Nick Chaviano, and I am the Director of Data Services in the Office of Information Technology.
And I'm Jason Wong, and I'm the Senior Director of Institutional Research and Planning under Finance and Planning. We're so excited to kick things off today.
This year's theme, Unlocking Your Power, AI, Data, and Innovation, is all about equipping data users and consumers to take data-informed decision-making to the next level.
Over the next few days, you'll see what data we work with at the Institute and how to turn this data into action, driving innovation, informing decisions, and transforming outcomes. These sessions are designed to help you learn the systems, trust the data, and tell the story so you can bring those insights back to your teams and projects.
This conference truly represents a campus-wide collaboration with contributions from OIT, IARP, and many other partners across the Institute. Thank you to everyone who helped bring this year's Data Days to life.
And now it is our pleasure to welcome Trisha Chastain, Executive Vice President for Administration and Finance and Chief Business Officer for the Institute, who will be kicking off Data Days 2025.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Data Days 2025. It's wonderful to see so many of you here for our fourth annual event. I want to start by thanking the Planning Committee, our presenters, and all of you who helped make this conference possible. Special thanks also to Nick and Jason and to the Office of Information Technology and Institutional Research and Planning for hosting this event. As someone who's still learning my way around this incredible place called Georgia Tech, I've been so impressed by the dedication and enthusiasm and how we approach data, not merely as a tool for reporting, but to uncover insights, drive improvement, and create meaningful impact in our daily work at the Institute. Data is one of Georgia Tech's greatest assets. A fundamental question that I always like to ask my teams and regularly ask myself is, how do we measure success? The next couple of days are about honing our skills and knowledge so that we can better measure our progress and our impact. This year's theme is Unlocking Your Power, AI, Data, and Innovation, and the session topics include everything from undergraduate admissions, research data, student data, Power BI and Excel, and many other important topics and tools. In fact, the agenda is truly a reflection of how data informs all that we do here at Georgia Tech, making how it is governed, utilized, and communicated critically important. I just want to take a few minutes to reflect on each of the three areas in our theme, AI, data, and innovation. Let's start with AI. I'm not sure it's possible to describe how much AI has changed and will continue to change our lives. If you just think about generative AI, tools like ChatGPT. Over the past year, I have come to use it on a daily basis, and I know I am not alone. In fact, over 60% of adults use ChatGPT or other tools like it in their daily lives. We see driverless cars all over town and don't turn our heads anymore. Tools like Copilot are changing how we work. It is fundamentally changing how we teach and learn and discover. I imagine nearly every presentation today and Wednesday will have some mention of AI. As an institution, we're continuing to explore AI as a tool, using it to automate tasks and improve service. As some of you know, we are developing an AI policy for the Institute that specifically addresses the use of AI in the academic and research context to ensure our community members are using it in an ethical, secure, and responsible manner. This is really important work, and I want to give a special thanks to Carrie Davis-Nosmak, Leo Howell, Zachary Hayes, and Don Bonnick for their work over the summer on this important policy. Moving on to data. The topic at hand. My first witness to the power of data and the ability to use it to facilitate change and impact lives was probably about 10 to 12 years ago when I was working at the Georgia Student Finance Commission and became familiar with the remarkable work taking place just down the street at Georgia State University. I think this was the first time I heard the term predictive analytics, which was the idea of using data to predict performance. Georgia State was a pioneer in using predictive analytics to drive student success by figuring out what were those indicators that can inform if a student is on the right track or not, all the way down to their score on the second exam in Statistics 1101 and their attendance in English 1102. With this information, we were arming advisors and faculty with the information, allowing them to intervene early and help students persist. At the time, this was truly a novel approach, and the impact was profound. Georgia State increased its 6-year graduation rate by 23 points and eliminated achievement gaps by race or socioeconomic status. It's a remarkable story that most of us probably know by now, but I think it speaks to your theme of unlocking your power. It was truly the use of data that is unlike the secret to success for tens of thousands of students at this point. And finally, innovation. There's no doubt that Georgia Tech is making great progress and delivering results on big bet number 4, building a national hub for innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship. In FY25, 143 new startups were launched at Georgia Tech, up from 73 5 years ago. Also last year, we had 464 invention disclosures, up from 275 5 years ago, and we had 124 patent issues, up from 74 5 years ago. Clearly, Georgia Tech has the secret sauce when it comes to innovation. Many other institutions, including the USG, which just created a new vice chancellor for innovation, are looking to Georgia Tech to understand how to duplicate this ecosystem. And the answer, at least part of it, probably lies in data and in predictive analytics. What are the indicators that make a student more likely to start a company? What are the barriers to faculty gaining patents? There is much to discover and share in the data we have access to, which will only allow us to broaden our reach and our impact even further. In closing, as you engage today and on Wednesday, I encourage you to be curious, make connections, and think about how you can bring new ideas back to your teams. Enjoy the sessions and don't miss the keynote from Leo Howe, Vice President for Information Technology and Chief Information Officer, who will share our vision for Georgia Tech's data future. Thank you for being here, for your partnership, and for all that you do to strengthen Georgia Tech. And it's my pleasure to officially welcome you to Data Days 2025. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chastain, and thank you so much for all of the attendees for this kickoff session. We will be back at 9 a.m. for the first virtual session of the day. We also appreciate all of your attendance and look forward to this first day being a huge success. See you back at 9.